just a second, folks. It's gonna have to work. No, it's... Sorry. I tried adjusting this beforehand, and apparently it did not work. Okay, that will work. Okay, that is on. Sorry, I didn't check everything. I've been kind of psyched. So, as some of you may or may not know, the new expansion on ESO has come out, and I've been really stoked for this. I don't know about you guys, but like, I pre-ordered it through PlayStation. After seeing the statuette that comes with the physical copy, I kind of wish that I had done that. Granted, you know, you get the Nightmare Cinch if you pre-order through PlayStation, but, you know, if you pre-order through this, you know, it's even better. So, first off, this is the costume that you get when you get the Summerset expansion. It's pretty cool. You also get a griffin, which I could show you better if we were in the character selection screen, but you know, if I do that, then it'll end the broadcast. So let's not do that. But look at that. Isn't it just adorable? It's absolutely fantastic. So there's that. And it looks like the Sijic is going to be the next Crown Crate option. There are still 14 days before the next one opens up, which, yes, as excited as I have been about the new expansion, I admit I was extremely pissed off that we still have to wait, look at that, that's just adorable, for the new Crown Crates to be available. Because, you know, you would think, with them having a countdown on the stuff about a week or so ago on other items, that they would have timed the Crown Crates up with this, but I mean, they've also had a lot, so I'm guessing if they'd have tried to do everything at once, it probably would have backfired. So, I get it. It doesn't mean that I necessarily like it, but I get it. So, yeah. Alright, so, something else to keep in mind, and I don't remember necessarily where it's at. Here we go. Okay, so when you go into your options, there's the Crown Store option. So you can go to the store, you can go to daily rewards, which is a new thing. There's Crown Crates, chapters, gift inventory. I'm not honestly sure what this is necessarily. I won't be able to see what that is until Derek gets back and he hops online. He won't be able to join this. He hasn't gotten the new expansion. However, we're going to test that out and see what it is, because we have an idea. This was something we had talked about a few months back, where we were frustrated because anytime we opened up a Crown Crate, because I don't use the stamina or mana potions that come through, or the meals that you get, the fortifying meals, I never use them, which I probably should, but I don't. I usually end up putting them in my my character's bank. And we had this idea, you know, it'd be awesome if you could actually give them to someone who actually does use them. Because, you know, our guild isn't large enough for me to do anything with. You can't send it in mail. So it's literally just been taking up space, and I don't like to destroy them. If anything, I usually end up just saving them for gem extractions, which is great and all. But it's not what I would like to do with them. So we're hoping that that's what the gift inventory thing is, because it's also like you can get things back from someone. So if they don't want them, or if they don't open up their mail, like how you get mail returns to you if there were attached items because, you know, they didn't accept it within the certain amount of time, so it goes back to you. I'm guessing that's what the gift inventory is. Now the daily rewards thing is super cool. Now I counted it out, and there's 24 slots. Now originally, when we looked at it before we counted it, we thought, you know, hey, maybe this is a, you know, you log in every day and you get one of these items. No, that is not what it is. there are 24 slots, and what made us question it was after I got the first one, which was the experience scroll, we went over to the fortifying meal and it said at the time that I had 59 minutes left. And then we realized 24 slots, because we counted it after that. Every hour you get one of these rewards, which is super cool. Now, we saw, like, this one here at first before I scrolled through. I thought it was, like, experience points or something, but usually when it pops that up in the lower left, they're yellow. So it's showing up as green. I thought it was a little weird, but I thought maybe they changed it. When we went over it, yes, you do get alliance points, and yes, it does come in 2 different sizes. There's the 1.5k, and then there's 500. Super cool. Okay, because the scale crawler, I keep wanting to say scale crawler, crate is still the active for the next 2 weeks. That is what the option is. So after staying on for, 7 hours straight, I would get one of those. And then you've got the repair kits, the Telvar stones, and the soul gems instead of another fortifying meal deal. Thank you. I love you. You're special. You're amazing. Soda runs. This is what we do. Okay, so stuff like that, and then instead of a single crown crate, they have the Dusky Fennec Fox. It's a mount that not a mount, non-combat pet that I haven't collected yet. Then you've got the Sigic Vault Crate, 5 of them, if you manage to stay awake for 24 hours straight playing the game. And they, I guess this happens throughout the entire month. I don't fully know, but it's pretty cool. And it says it resets in 23 days. So, yeah. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. I'm hoping that we guessed it right, because I started counting from the 5th and counted clear through and got up to 24. There might actually not be 24 on here. It's 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st, 22nd. Oh, okay, so I was wrong. So there's less than 24 on here. Let's see. 3 down, 6 across, that's 18, 19. Okay, so there's 20 on here. So I guess it's not 20, not 24-hour thing. Okay, then apparently I'm talking out of my ass and I don't know what's going on. We're gonna figure it out. I just logged on less than half an hour ago, so we're still figuring shit out. Okay, da-da-da. Okay, so with the featured stuff, the Elder Scrolls Online Summerset, the new chapter in Elder Scrolls Online is now available. It would actually stay. Journey to Summerset Isle, legendary home of the High Elves. Rejoin old friends, forge new alliances, and unravel a dark conspiracy that threatens the world's very existence. Which, if you look at some of the new furnishing items, it gives you an idea of what's going to go on. It's a web spinner deal. So it has to do with, I don't remember what her name is. There's a statuette if you pre-ordered the physical copy, or if you just ordered the physical copy of this. There's a statuette of, I'm guessing, it's a Daedra, it's a spider Daedra, but it's a specific type. I'll have to pull up the option for it, because there's a furnishing bundle where you can get the statuette, which had I ordered the pre-ordered the physical copy, then I could have gotten that, but, you know, yeah, she's in the background. Mafala. So, it does actually have it on here. But help if I actually just scroll through shit. It also has the bundle for Morrowind on the feature. The only thing that purchasing this bundle does not give you is the DLC. So the main area quest, I'm sorry, it will not do for you. So, yeah. I really want to get that townhouse, but I know it's probably super expensive. Alright, so give you the same little experience. So whenever you come to Summerset, there will be a guy, I believe he'll be standing right here. There's an elf here. Tells you about Razam Dar. about, you know, a quest, and the quest is called the Queen's Decree when you first get it. So this is also the new mount that comes with. Yes, it matches the new costume. It's great. It's fabulous. Look at that sexy mount. It's wonderful. Alright. Something I love about having the speed on my... what the fuck was this? I almost went right past him, apparently. No? No? Ah, he hadn't loaded. Wow, that's funny. The lag is unreal right now.
Raz is happy to see you, but surprised you didn't help me with these creatures. Not that Raz needed any help. You must tell me what brought you to Summerset after you agreed to assist Raz with his usual cloak and dagger business. Ominous. No more than usual, my friend. But there's work for the Queen's Eye, and this one could use an extra blade if you're willing.
Hello, Starman.
Queen Irene issued a decree
I don't
to
know if
open
that's
the
a
borders
comment
of
on
Summerset
this or if that's someone in
and
the
allow
background, but
outsiders
hello.
to have access to the island.
I believe that's a comment.
That's what Raz said, but rumors reached the Queen. So this one made the journey and was immediately attacked by strange creatures. Raz doesn't think the two are related, but if you could ask some questions, check on the newcomers, that would help. While you ask questions around the city, Raz can take care of some other business. It may or may not involve scratching and clawing. Let's meet near the entrance to Shimmerine when you have something to report. Raz never saw such monsters in his life. They appear related to water, but this one tends to avoid this stuff. That pearl, though, Raz swears it was calling those creatures. A mystery for another time, perhaps. Now, we need to see to the newcomers. As a matter of fact, Raz made a list. Old Newell, a high elf artisan, spoke out. See what she complained about. Then there's Soxolza, a persecuted Argonian newcomer. Finally, Ranuol, a city resident noted in the Divine Prosecution's observation log. Something to do with monks and newcomer registration. Raz is looking into that. Last I heard, Soxolza was seen leaving the city and
Starman,
heading
you
west.
should seriously consider getting this, because
Lizards
one,
like
it's
water,
my favorite
yes?
game to play, and two,
Not
it's just
Raz.
amazing, and
Raz hates
three,
that stuff.
new expansion came out Tuesday. You have every reason to get it.
True. Not enough syllables. Ranul's a Redguard, whose family has lived in Shimmerine for generations. He's a well-respected trader, with a few warehouses along the docks. Talk to him, before the Divine Prosecution decides to arrest him.
If you don't have a PS4, then how is it that you're watching this? Unless you're watching it on YouTube or Facebook.
The Divine Prosecution serves as law-keepers and protectors of social
Sorry,
standards.
someone's commenting on the broadcast.
Very
so,
persnickety. When the rules are broken, they record it in their observation
Yep,
logs.
he's watching on YouTube.
If your
Cool.
name winds up on their list, things get complicated.
I didn't know that it aired live on YouTube too. Never watched my live broadcasts. Alright, so let's see what we've got and how far down it's going to take me to, or if it stays in the area, and it looks like we stay in the area. And of course, this little deal on the side, in case you guys were wondering, which I don't know why you would, that's Aradin. So, God, this place is huge. I wonder if we'll be able to get to that. Obviously, you can't swim out to it because I tried this with the Morrowind expansion, and the little deal kind of like this towards the top of Vardenfell, you can't swim to it because see how you've got the multiple layers? Once you get past that very last line and you swim out into open water, slaughter fish for days. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. Okay, so these finally popped up. Alright, so... I actually got one right by us. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Oh, the lag is unreal. God, look at the new mud crabs. Well, they're coral crabs. Oh, that is so cool. There's so much about... Babe, the new mount? Come here, look at this. You see the tracks? It's freaking great. Yeah, we've got the new coral crabs. And for those of you who don't know anything about crustaceans or crabs in general, okay, you know how with the mud crabs, it shows both of them as having the same size claws? Those are either juveniles or they're females. It's the males, like with the coral crabs here, how it shows that they have one larger crab. One larger claw. Those are male. So, all the mud crabs are apparently female. The coral crabs are where the males are found. Okay, yes. By my sweetheart's logic, that's assuming that the laws of anything in Tamriel follow the laws of logic here on Earth. I'm using logic. Fuck you too. This motherfucker. Anyways.
Not that you'd understand the concept.
He said time for Krabby Patties. Someone's watching my live stream on YouTube right now.
Concentration. I must find the perfect shells, or my pigments will be substandard.
He left.
And do you know what that will do to my art? Exactly. An ultimate concept practiced widely here in
Starman
Summerset.
715. I don't know the name of the person themselves.
Perfection that every higher
doesn't show it.
strives for. The path to Alaxon represents the approach we take to achieve that state. Now, why have you interrupted my work? I believe in caution as much as the next high elf, but sometimes the rules get in the way of common sense. My apprentice lived here for more than a year. Good help is so hard to find, especially among the newcomers. And she was adept at making dyes. They took her away. Said they had to scrutinize her qualifications, test her knowledge of culture and etiquette. But I haven't seen her since. My work suffers, so of course I complained to the monks. Now I have to gather my own shells.
Boo fucking who? Did the monks offer any explanations as to where she was or when she'd be returned?
They told me I could fill out some forms and appeal to the kin lady. But who has time for such bureaucracy? And for a wood elf?
What the fuck you have against wood elves? You're talking to my fucking Bosmer, who is a wood elf. You dick. She said, they told me I could fill out some forms and appeal to the kin lady, but who has time for such bureaucracy? And for a wood elf. While she's talking to a wood elf. Like, I understand the programming only goes so far, but you cheeky motherfucker. I ran into a programming preset once where I was in a dungeon, I believe. It was either a dungeon or a quest, but they made a point because I guess they had something lined up for each race, where it said that something that I had to go after to be careful around, because I had to collect something around them, and it said to be careful because it has a particular taste for Bosmer, which at the time I didn't know that that was the more common name for a wood elf, or the more exact name, and I was really confused, and then that motherfucker explained it, and I was just like, okay, so you're telling me I'm probably gonna die. Good to know.
Perfection requires constant vigilance, so back to it.
Still say you're a cheeky motherfucker. Oh boy. Oh, it just looks so beautiful. Look at that view. Just, look at it. Ooh. Babe, there's dire wolves. It says it's a dire wolf. I have that mount. Oh, wow, that's cool. So you know that mount I have, the striped wolf? It's a dire wolf. Oh, sweet. That one's already dead. Tempted to see if they strengthen these fuckers up at all. Not really. I was kind of hoping that they would. I wonder what the area bosses are gonna be like. Yeah, it's interesting. They have, it looks like they updated some of the graphics when they did this. Oh, I think I see a new type of troll? No. Wow! What the fuck is that? Derek, come here, because it's gonna attack me. It's called an Indrik, or an Indrik. I don't know what this is. I know it's gonna attack me, but... Look at that! Yeah, I did. I don't know. But I'm gonna guess by the by the feathers on it, it's a cousin to the griffin. It had hooves, but it had feathers on it. So it's gotta be a cousin to the griffin. God, this is so cool! So fucking cool! Oh, look. It's the giant version of one of the other pets you get when you get this. Yeah, you get a pocket salamander of this when you open it up. Damn. These fuckers are cranky. Woo! Oh boy. Man, they are everywhere. I mean, makes sense. Oh look, they have two different versions of the mud crab, or the coral crab too. They have the basic ones, and then they have ones with coral on the back. Those gotta be the king bitches. This is one of the mount, or not, why do I keep wanting to say mount? This is one of the, non-combat pets you get when you purchase Summerset. You don't get one that just looks like that. You get one of those. Oh, they're so cute. Hey, Derek. They put mud puppies in here, except they call them mud hoppers. Looks like they gave them the coloration of, I think, the toadfish. The ones where sometimes they're dark green and sometimes they're brown. They gave them the green. I haven't seen if they have any brown ones, but that's really cool. And the detail that they put into programming this is amazing. Just the design work is unreal. Wow. There's a new type of snake too. It's called a reef viper. You know how there's the snakes that you can get as pets? They have the wings on the back. Yeah, you want to see what they look like full scale? They have a very deep hiss. Well, that was interesting. Yeah. Oh my gosh, just look at the detail that they put into this. That's incredible. I know I should be worrying about the quest, but I just... oh my god. Wow, and there's areas where they are just everywhere. Damn. So they made some killer experience areas. I guess the pet versions of them are called lesser sea adders. It's cute, and that's probably going to end up being one of the next pets. That's how you do that. Oh, and here's the next new thing that you can kill. It's Yagra Spewer. It looks like the thing in some of the dungeons that's called Hunger, except it's a little different. They're still pretty damn strong though. Like it's only a first tier boss, but you can get a better look at it. That is interesting. You see that? It's like they took the deal from Hunger and they made a more crustacean version of it. Have you ever run into the... okay. But the mouth for it's very interesting. It's like the very fine whale teeth or whale fibers. It looks like is what it has for teeth, except those are obviously very sharp. It has them coming down and the jaw extends down. And it's... God, the detail that they put into all this is just... God, it's unreal. So unreal. Alright, a little more exploring and then we should really get back to the quest. Curious as to what the fuck this is about. Oh, okay. Apparently I found the area boss. Maybe, possibly, probably not.
Yagra, destroy these fools!
I think that was an area boss, but I don't know what the fuck that was. Whatever it was interesting. Okay. That was okay. Okay, we're gonna hit this way shrine and go back to where we're supposed to be and try to stay on task. My book's not doing a very good job of that. Just look at, oh, but there's those. But there's those. So, female deer around here, they're called springboks. I'm guessing the males are the Indrix. Yep, I would guess so. It's just so cool. Oh my god. If I don't stop geeking out, I may have a heart attack. Like, I really, really might have a heart attack. This is so cool. And this is so much more than I expected. They call Summerset its birthplace and civilization and magic as we know it in Tamriel. Inside the Seakish shores live the Altmer, the High Elves. This is just amazing. Huh? Oh, it's somebody else doing that. Little pups. Little direwolf pups. This is so cute. Now I get why they brought the direwolf mount back, which, as much as I like the new mount, we're gonna break that baby out. Let's see, they call it the Gorn Stripe mount. Maybe this isn't what I think it is. Okay, so I was wrong. The striped wolf mount is from around Morrowind, so it's not the dire wolf. Because the one that I was thinking of is the Gorn. If something's attacking me, it would be Mama. That makes sense because I have to kill you in order to your pup. That would make so much sense. Okay, well, that was unfortunate. Tempted with those other ones around here. Use them. I think... we'll go with this baby. And this is from my pre-order, so it still relates. Come on, load up. Load. There you are. Great. The Argonians killed. Summerset is not the wondrous paradise the heralds proclaimed it to be, despite the fine words and... God damn it, what now? Really? Nice. Thank you. I wanted to fucking read that. Swear if that was your fault, I'm gonna kill you. Probably set it up like that. Someone else beat me to it, so it timed out. It's still irritating.
Seeking a sip of fine Westfield red.
Yeah, motherfucker. And do this like I did with Morrowind.
Headed to the famed Russefeld winery, traveler. Well then, it seems I'm not the only one who'll be disappointed today. Old Hallimorian's been offed by those wood elves. Won't be any wine tastings for a while, I'd wager. Just what I heard from one of the bailiffs. Apparent... Indeed.
Have you heard? A high elven woman named the Lost returned Ivea to the Summerset Isles.
Okay, I've officially started the new area off right. I've killed my first NPC in the Summerset expansion. It's a thing. I mean, it is the entirety of that, like, that huge island that was next to Arden. Like, that was what was open. This is what's open now. It's the whole thing. Isn't it great? Okay, so my original theory was right. The very first one, that experience scroll, is just for opening it. So that fortifying meal thing, that was the very first one. And then an hour later, the first one was the experience scroll. An hour later, you get the fortifying meal. So the first one's a freebie. The next one you have to wait for. And then I can't get the gold until tomorrow. So my original theory was wrong. Which, that was wrong. It happens. It was also a theory.
All the beasts you see on this dock are due to be taken to Silvarwoad, the island's royal menagerie.
So much to do.
A newcomer in the warehouse district. Unusual, but how can I help you today, my friend? The Divine? Who told you that? If a Justiciar sent you to try and trick me into confessing... No. The High Elves would never send a newcomer to perform such a task. But I admit it. I made my thoughts known. I arranged to bring my cousin here to work with me. The ship arrived, but all the newcomers were carted away. For questioning, they said. I complained to the kin lady and anyone else who would listen. And what has it gotten me? Nothing! Oh, my family has been here for generations and generations. Before the Queen's decree, outsiders might have been rare, but we were not unheard of. Our business has grown and gets better every day. That's why I sent for my cousin. We need the help. Summerset is a rare and beautiful jewel in the Abetian Sea. I love it here. The High Elves treat us like children, but they have never been hostile. The Queen's decree has stirred the waters, though. I fear it will get worse before it gets better.
Yes, you're in what is known as the calm before the storm. Oh, so that day when I was going around collecting wood, I ended up with 82.
This is unheard of. Why have you closed the monastery?
Good people, I hear your concerns.
For the workers I hired, they were aboard the ship from Rivenspire.
The kin lady and I, we have only your best interests in mind. Every guest must be sequestered while we ascertain their suitability for Ultima society.
The old Dark's right. Lock up the newcomers.
Send the newcomers back where they came from. We don't want them here.
Oh, you're fucking rude.
Such anger. Raz never expected to hear such words from the Queen's loyal subjects. The sentiment isn't universal, but enough feel this way for Raz to be concerned. Did you learn anything interesting from the people I sent you to talk to? Sequester, Just a different word for imprisoned, yes. Ranul's cousin just arrived, but Old Newell's assistant has lived on Summerset since long before the Queen ever issued her decree. What about the lizard? What did Soxolza have to say? Why would the Aldar gather up newcomers and non-High Elf residents alike and send them to the monastery? Does the King Lady condone this behavior? Raz's head itches, and not in a good way. Our course is clear, Five Claw. We must go to the monastery. Raz admires your enthusiasm, but this one needs you to enter the monastery on your own. Raz has other fish to catch. This one will help you get past the sentry, though. When you notice that the sentry is distracted, just sleep quietly inside.
Well, everybody, it's been just under an hour. So, yeah, the new expanse is pretty awesome. I don't know anything about it past what has been in the information updates when I've logged in. I did read a little bit when when the information on it first came out and the pre-order options came up. I did watch the cinematic for it. There is actually a cinematic for this, which is amazing. If you haven't seen it, look up the Elder Scrolls Online Summerset Isles cinematic. It is beautiful, it is detailed, it's powerful, it's very amazing. So I'd highly recommend looking it up. And, you know, as you've seen, there's already some very, very interesting creatures on through here. There's new monsters that you can defeat, and we only went down to where the Way Shrine is, so all that new stuff was just through here. Now, as any of you who have played Elder Scrolls Online, or even MMORPGs, or RPGs in general, with an area like this, you know that the more that you explore through it, chances are you are going to find more than just what's in this little stretch. And what we found, I believe we found roughly 4 new things that can kill you. There were the vipers, the mud crabs if you attack them, or the coral crabs. It's going to take a minute to remember. I don't know why. The salamanders, and then the deer that I can't remember the name of right now. But there's just those 4. Oh, and then there was the thing that looks like the crustacean version of hunger. So there were 5, actually. And that's just in that little stretch. There's bound to be some in the northern area. Eastern is where we were at, I believe. So the northern, west, and south, there's bound to be more. Then there's the more inland. So there's bound to be a lot to find in here. And there's already a lot of detail that we've seen in this. I'm thoroughly impressed. I may not know a whole lot about games, but this is, if not my all-time favorite, it is one of my favorite games to play. And I'm very, very financially and mentally and emotionally invested in this game. I used to spend 3 hours before work and 3 hours after work playing just this, and then I would spend at least 6 hours, if not around 12 a day on weekends, only playing this. I binge played, and I love the game. I can't say anything bad about it. I don't have anything bad about it. Yes, it is different than the original Elder Scrolls games. Any of you that have played them know this. I just started playing Skyrim maybe a month or so ago, and there is a huge difference. If you have not played Elder Scrolls Online, but you also haven't played the original Elder Scrolls games, I honestly recommend that you play the originals first before you play this, because it's great. Elder Scrolls Online is great, but it spoils you, and just the range between you and the enemies alone and how much more work you have to put into everything is there's a huge there is a fundamental difference between the two, and I wasn't expecting that when I went to play Skyrim, and it completely caught me off guard. And so I would recommend you at least try playing one of them, whether it's Daggerfall, Skyrim, Oblivion, any of them. Pick one. I'd recommend going in order, but if you're only going to get one, just pick one. And play it, try it, go clear through the game if you can, but get a feel for that before you play this. Because if you decide that you want to play the originals after this, yes, it is still doable, but you're probably going to have troubles actually wanting to continue. And there's so much more work that went into the originals. Yes, they're old games, but the graphics on them are still amazing, and the programming on them is amazing, and they are worth your time. Don't ever diss them. They are why this game here exists. So dissing the originals is saying that you wouldn't want this to be. But if you don't have the Summerset Isles opened up, I recommend you get the expansion. If you don't have Morrowind, that shouldn't affect this. If it does, well, you'll have to overcome that on your own. I can't advise you because I have the Morrowind expansion from last year. I believe it was in October, might have been July. But I do have that where it opened up Vardenfell, so I cannot advise you on that. But this is amazing. And like I said, this is so much more than what I thought it was going to be. And I mean, they didn't just invest their time and finances and hard work into this. Like I said, they did the cinematic, they've done teasers, they've done so much prepping for this. And there's so many more expansions that are yet to come. And the last one, it was amazing. And there was a lot of detail that went into everything with that. And there's been so much that's been done with this, even compared to when Vardenfell opened up. And I'm so much awe over this. It's fucking beautiful. Oh my god. And I don't even have the full appreciation that people that played the original games have. So if that tells you anything, which it really should, it's just, how can you not be in awe at what they've done with this? Just, it's beautiful. It is so beautiful. Okay, so this is where I leave you. This video is not coming off of my Facebook or my YouTube. It should stay on my PlayStation account with the viewable content. So, questions, comments below. I don't know a whole lot about this, but my sweetheart has been playing since the beta. He played all the original games, so has most of our friend group. And I'm sure if they can't answer any questions, other online friends will be happy to, so I can bug the crap out of them. You can always go to the Elder Scrolls Online website, check that out, find out any answers to the questions that you have. Again, look up the cinematic. It is beautiful, it is wonderful. Yes, you will be able to appreciate it. Even if you haven't played the games, it is still gorgeous. But this is where I will leave you. We're just under an hour, and it's going to cut me off. So, you all have a wonderful day. Enjoy gaming. And, yeah.